So here's an idea. You know, we're in a state with a variety of rainfall conditions, from very, very low in the western part of the state to pretty high on the eastern part of the state, and in Austin, kind of right in the middle, around 30, 32 inches a year. But we know that anywhere from about 20 inches on, so that's almost just east of Del Rio over, that there's enough rainfall that comes that with a system installed on a building with enough roof area that you can provide adequate water for 2 to 3 people, assuming that you're using conservation measures. So that's a real eye-opener. So you think about all the money that gets invested in infrastructure of piping water, you know, collecting water, treating water, distributing water, and then dealing with wastewater. The whole way that we've thought about the infrastructure of keeping our quality of life intact, I think needs to be really challenged, because there's lots of problems with that. And so if you just think of water and decentralizing the infrastructure of water so that basically every building becomes self-reliant, or maybe that there's a scale at which you have several buildings together being collectively self-reliant, if that makes more sense. But certainly thinking about what the appropriate scale for the infrastructure is, and not assuming that the right scale is this massive centralized water treatment system that is expensive to build, it's expensive to operate, and I think more importantly now, it can be looked at as being a very high point of vulnerability in terms of security. So making that more a conscious part of people's daily lives, that, boy, you know, here's the water, here's our storage, we have this much water left, we better be careful, as opposed to having the faucet in their kitchen that they turn on, and you know, probably most people that we know have not had an experience where they turn on the faucet and there's not water there. So getting us more in tune with the rhythms of what's going on out there and making it visible, making us conscious of it, I think also makes us almost just as a result of that, better stewards of the land, because it's clear what our connection is with what's going on out there, as opposed to assuming that someone else is taking care of business. Because someone else taking care of business isn't going to, I think, help us in the long run.